Hello. Uh, I want to talk about the Bible and how I see it. Um, I want to explain. I realize I can't buy any more. I'm a full Catholic witch. I'm an omnis, and my religion is based off of Catholicism. But overall, I'm an omnis. I accept and believe in all religions, the truth in all religions. Now, about the Bible, I realize I cannot get so many spell books because I've been prohibiting myself from the spell book itself, which is the Bible. For me, at least. I don't know how it is for others who are Christian witches or whatever witch out there. But speaking to the witches out there and all people, um, the Bible is the source of everything in it. You see, it's not just the Psalms. It's knowing the stories, the mythos, about the one particular truth and another and another and another from the Bible all leads to the source. It all leads to who we call God or Goddess, Elohim, gods. So it's like I realize how I see it now. I could just open it up, ask a question or whatever, open it up and read, and the Spirit will speak to me. And this could be done, obviously, with anyone. Whoever yearns to learn about the Bible, spell work, and and God and gods and goddesses and all kinds. The Bible is a history book. That's my sister. The Bible is a historical book. It's a philosophical book. It's a spell book. It's a mythology. It's a mythos, basically. Full of stories. Is action, horror, everything. All of it is in the Bible. You could be Wiccan and read it. You could be a pagan. You could be any kind and read it. How I don't know how to explain how to approach the understanding of how people could feel towards the Bible or feel it cannot be read because of us because you identify or associate with a certain religion. It's not true. It's like you could do anything you wish. Just like how someone who's Hellenistic wouldn't would read books and books on Greek gods and everything, and but that doesn't mean they cannot read the Bible. They could read the Bible too if they wanted. The thing is, what's the point of this? The point I'm making out is I believe that every single thing, creation, living, breathing, everything is already written. It's already written and is being written. Is happening right now. Like the Bible is not an old book, and yet at the same time it is. The Bible is consistent, but yet it stops. The Bible is everything, not even almost, because my brain cannot comprehend how vast it is. With understanding of spirit, period, no matter what religion you come from, with understanding of the spirit, period, that helps us have concerns with deities and the love of other spirits like mermaids and fairies, and that spirit that connects us to that. Spirit is from the Bible. Spirit is of the Bible. Spirit is everything. It is the essence, the essence, the substance that's keeping everything aligned together. It's the joy that allows us to understand who we are. It's love that allows us to see who we are through God, Christ, the one source, all that, whoever it may be. So I believe that the Bible shouldn't be tossed away based on someone's religion, because I'm this, so I love to learn everything. I love to learn all kinds of Bibles. But I just know for myself that every single Bible, every single book comes from the source. It's just called the Bible, the book. It comes from the source. Everything is written already. It's already written, and is writing right now, as we speak, and forevermore. It's like I'm basically talking about the basic way of the Bible. Like, you can just turn to any page. Now, well, there's different ways to learn about the Bible. There's different ways to study it and all that stuff. But I think the best way, you know how in other earth-based religions such as paganism and Wiccan and just basically polytheism and things like that, like Hinduism, we love to experience the divine. We want to experience it, not just read it from a text. And that is true. The Bible is meant to be experienced. It's not something to just study. It's just like drinking water. You drink the water because, not just because you want it, but you need it. It's a thirst. Something that sustains you. It's within us. And the like, it's like water. It's like drinking water. It's part of life. It is life. So the Bible is just that, and it could be seen in so many beautiful ways. I notice you could find all the gods in the Bible. They're in there. I'm not talking about like idols, like statues that we just make, and not that. No, like actual deities. They're in there. They're talked about. And because of history. And it's funny, God never denied them, He never denied them because, He created them. That's just my UPG, He created the gods. He is the blood within everyone. He is the blood within the gods. He's that spirit, how they breathe, how they move and stuff. How they come, where they come from. He's the one, or she's the one. It's either way, mother and father. They come from one place. And I talked about that in the other video, the spirit box, the gift box. So I'm basically saying that it's good to start off with the Psalms because it's easier. But when you get the hang of it and start listening to the Spirit when it's talking to you, you could open it up anywhere and just ask. That's it. When you seek him, you seek the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, or the source, whoever you want to call him or her. When you seek the Lord or the lady, the father, the mother, you will find her. You will find him or them, because he will never deny you. He cannot. And it's written already. As I speak, what I'm saying is already written. As we do things is already written. He's a writer. God is the author and everything. So this is how I see the Bible. I see the Bible as it's literally, I don't need a spell book, you know? I could go to a spell book for guidance and certain instructions, like a ritualistic way, if I need help how to do this. But the Bible, truly, for me, in my UPG, in this world, in this life, the Bible is all I need. Is I took so long to understand that I was stubborn, but it's true. It is everything I need. If I need a spell of on maybe like doing a happy spell to bring joy in my life again, I go to Psalms and find out something that means about joy, or return to Isaiah, return to the Wisdom of Solomon. I have the Catholic Bible, okay, so obviously, well, I could go in any other Bible, but the Catholic Bible is the best for me. Each Bible that stems from like King James, NIV, everything stems from the original. I think the Catholic Bible is the original because it started off like that, like the Vulgate that was translated by Saint Jerome, who is my main saint. Yeah, I think every single Bible thereof that we know it stemmed from the Catholic, the original. Then they start taking out books and stuff, whatever they want to follow, which is obviously fine. Clearly, 'cause we're still moving, so it's okay. But for me, I love to know all the books. So, and there's other books, obviously, that's not in the Catholic Bible, but it's still relevant. Anyway, that's besides the point. If I want to find a book, like I want to get deliverance from an enemy, or I want to stop my oppressors, you don't have to be a literal oppressor, like someone like a king who's like you don't have to be like literally like that, like someone who, like a bully who is always pushing you around and putting their thumb on top of you and stuff. You could go to the Bible. Everything is in there already. You know? So all I have to do is just ask. All you have to do is just ask. You know? You read it, or you pray to God, whoever, the source, spirit, and you read the Bible, and you will find the answer. When you keep seeking, you'll find the answer. It will be there. It will be written already for you. God never forsake his children. Never. It's a lie. When you hear you're going to hell because of this, that's a lie. That's a lie. Because they don't know. They don't know. No one knows except Jesus himself. So, not even Jesus will forsake his children like that. It's a long story. Obviously, we all know about the sacrifice, the God sacrifice, the Son, and everything. We hear it throughout history, and we hear it all the time. And it's not like Christianity copied it from paganism. The thing is, it was just written like that. Like, the life before life was already written, if that makes sense. The whole concept of God dying for all of us and being a sacrifice and being risen again. We hear it in a lot of religions. It's been repeated through history, and you see it in the sun. The sun dies and gets risen again. We see it in the moon. We see it everything. Everything rises and dies and rises again, and is in nature. It's like it was already there. The source. I don't know how to explain how God, the all, was just there. There's nothing before him, after him. There's nothing around him. The existence is him. He is existence. So it's like, I don't know, because I came across some certain things, certain talk of some people who say, Christianity got this from paganism, and this is from paganism, and paganism got this from Christianity, and it's weird because everything is just is, it just is. We don't know we don't know the beginning of life. We don't. We want to know. We yearn to know. We study and all that stuff, but we truly don't know the beginning of life. And in order to know the beginning of life, that I cannot answer. For me, the beginning of life starts with the Bible. For some, it could start with a mountain, or it could start with anything. But just from my UPG, what I'm saying is how everything just exists, like the existence period, the word existence is God. And all of that stems from that source. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, so basically everything just is. Because people, I don't know, no one get anything from anyone, because no one truly knows anything. I don't know anything. That's why I have the Bible, because I don't. We want to know the existence, and that will come. That will come. That I know, because whoever we serve, whether it's ourselves or God or a higher power, we will find out sooner or later. The truth is already within us. That's true. We're not forsaken. We have a purpose. We have a purpose. There is a beginning and there is an end, and forevermore. That's why I believe the Bible should be studied. I think it should be studied just like how we study other mythologies in class and schools, and the Bible should be studied too. It's a mythos. It's literally a mythos. It's a mythos of mythos. The mythological book of mythology, basically. That's where everything comes from. That's what I believe, per se. So, that's what I think. And basically, I don't know, what I'm thinking in my head, like, the existence of life begins with you. If that's, I don't know if I'm sounding dumb or something, but that's what I feel in my heart to say. The beginning of life, the beginning of existence, everything begins with you. Because we only have two eyes, if you think about it. However, we're born, two eyes, one head, two ears, one mouth, like everything, or anything less. How we're born begins with us, because we're not omnipresent, we're not omniscient, we're not omnipotent. We're human. So how we see things begins with us. It starts with us, and it ends with us. So that's why we search for the truth. That's why we yearn for the truth in life, because we want to know where exactly we come from. And for me, it's within the answer, I believe, is in the Bible. You know, it's already there. Like I said before, like we learn about mythologies, people we learn about Greek, Roman. That's like the basic. I think the Bible should be taken as such too. It shouldn't be taken like as like a religious slamming, cut your ass. No, not that type. It should just be taken literally as a mythology type. It talks about life. The Bible go hard. The word go hard. Like that's probably why. I don't know, but it goes hard. Meaning like for whoever is chosen. I don't want to say who's chosen. Whoever who king has a kingship with the word like that. It goes hard. Like it is it's like a sword. The sword cuts through bone and marrow. It literally is what it is. You know. And whoever don't find it will find it in another source. Regardless, we cannot accept existence, what already was there, you know? And that's what I believe. What was there that just exists. I don't know. But that's my whole take on the Bible, and I like the fact that I could find any spell in it. It's so beautiful. I could I'm given, no, we are given the gift to see that as Christian witches or anything, a magician or whatever, or hoodooist or voodooist or whatever, or just as Christian, we're capable of doing that. For some of us, it's scary as hell. It's very scary, and we yearn not to go on that side. So we block it and feel insecure and reflect it on others when we feel that's not correct. You know, that's what happens to some of us. And there's some of us, like myself, who could go a little bit too far on that line and go over that line, and I need to be corrected, such as the Bible. I have to be corrected. I have to be guided, basically. Everyone needs to be guided somehow. We're all guided by something. So, yeah. All right. So I'm just gonna read three scriptures, three parts from different parts of the book, from wherever I could find a spirit, wherever the spirit wants me to go. And I'm gonna use some oracle decks. And I try to make this like a witchy Bible study, if that makes sense. Because I can't find a witchy Bible study that I could like, or I don't know, that does that. I don't know where that's located, obviously, where that's at. So I don't know if I will be able to do or be able to conduct a appropriate one, but I will conduct as best as I can that is appropriate for me, that makes sense to me. And if it makes sense to me, then I can say it. I can't say stuff that don't make sense. It's because, and then I will be practicing hypocrisy. All right. So let's go to Psalms. The Psalms is the basic, and then we're gonna move on from Psalms to, oh my God, and I was gonna say Isaiah, and I opened the book to Isaiah, which is funny. I was like, okay, let me go to Isaiah. I might go to Isaiah. We hear a little. You see where the Spirit wants to go. Hopefully, I can listen. Okay, so Psalms. We're reading Psalm 1. And in my book, it says Psalm 1, the two ways. Happy are those who do not follow the advice of the wicked, or take the path that sinners tread, or sit in the seat of scoffers. But their delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law they meditate day and night. They are like trees planted by streams of water, which yield their fruit in its season, and their leaves do not wither. In all they do, they prosper. The wicked are not so, but are like chaff that the wind drives away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked will perish. Something is saying to me, for the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked will perish. It's saying, like, the last part is saying, God guides the ones who seek him. He guides the ones who yearn to find righteousness, truth. And this could be anybody, because obviously it's like, you don't have to, because when we seek truth, we seek him. When we seek the truth in anything, we seek him. He is truth. He is the truth. He is the way. When we seek righteousness, justice, and deliverance and things like that, we seek him. He will guide, he will watch over that. But the wicked, which is God without, because God is within and without. The wicked who do the things, who do not seek it, maybe someone who wants to live in a lie, or those who don't seek God, period. They seek things of the flesh, like literally the flesh, like the body. And we all know it. I just don't know how to describe it. I'm not, we all do it. But the thing is, the wicked is not someone who simply is human being. No. The wicked is someone who put themselves like that. Like they do it as if they're destined. Like it says in the Bible, again, they do it as if they're destined to fall. And they're not. They're not destined to fall. God didn't call us to fall, to die, and to die in our sins. Or I should say die in our flesh. He don't want us to die in our flesh. Because the flesh will die. It's going to pass away. We'll return back to the earth. It will become one with the earth. But that's it. Nothing more. Our spirit transcends that. And the wicked will be people. It's like people or a thing. Something or someone that yearns to steer away from what is justice and truth and love and peace and happiness and everything that we strive on, everything that makes us human, that transcends humanity, that transcends spirit, that's wickedness. I, wickedness is not someone who do something wrong and they don't want to do it again. Like, it's not like, I don't know how to describe it. Because people want to point out what wickedness look like when we make mistakes. And is to err, like they say, to err is human. Like, we meant to make mistakes. We have to. That's how God will guide us. He knows that. But a wicked person is someone who deliberately does that and doesn't want to know God or love or a source, or they move away from God. And that's wickedness. So that's basically what it's saying. It's saying, but the way of the wicked will perish. They will just die off because they go with the flesh. And so if they go with the flesh, they will be non-existent, like the flesh will. They will just die off, and God will be the judge of that. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we don't know. So I had to explain that part because I can't say, all right, this is how we're going to do it, and I'm going to expect myself to remember what the Spirit said at that moment. Nope. So I have to say it at that moment. So that's one part of the Psalm 1. And now we talk about the ones. Happy are those who do not follow the advice of the wicked or take the path that sinners tread. Sinners, we're all sinners. Okay, but when it says sinners tread, is not pinpointing basically the basis of humanity, because we're all sinners at the end of the day. But sinners who claim the word and don't repent, never say sorry, they move on with a baggage on their back. They have a hard time, not even have a hard time. They just, a sinner is like who practices evil ways, basically. To do hate and evil is a practice. You got to practice it. Just like when you have to practice to be righteous. Well, no one is truly righteous. But the thing is, when we practice spirituality, the Lord covers us with himself. He covers us. And then we can move. We become free. But sinners is basically someone who don't yearn to be covered. They make a choice to practice evil, basically. Or whatever that is of not God. So happy are those who do not follow the advice of the wicked, or take the path that sinners tread, or sit in the seat of scoffers. Scoffers, like someone who's like, someone who is arrogant, and they scoff at people. But their delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law they meditate day and night. So basically, it's telling you there are two ways. There's many ways, obviously, but there are two main ways. One that is some good, okay, and one that is not. What I take out from this is that when like for myself, for example, if I don't seek God and listen to my flesh, and I seek what I want, my heart, I put myself above him in my heart, and I will be like chaff that the wind drives away. And that could be for a moment. You don't have to be literally like you're just gone. disappear. God doesn't just say, okay, you're gone now. No, we make mistakes. And if I yearn to be like that, I would be like chaff, meaning my plans of my own desires, my own selfish desires, will be blown away, will be gone, will just be disappear, will not work. And if I don't do that, I actually seek righteousness, or I should say, seek guidance from God, who knows better, who knows better than I do, who created me. I acknowledge him. I seek him. And I meditate on his word the best way possible. Then I become like a tree who's planted by the streams of water. The word is the ground, and the seed is his word. And then I grow. The seed is his word. I live within the word. Then I grow up, and I sprout out like a tree. Someone who could branch out and be like a shade for other people to find God. And I'm just using myself as an example. I'm just a person, but basically someone who yearns to learn about God. This just love in general. In whatever way they look for, you're happy. That's why it says, happy are those who do not follow the advice of the wicked. The wicked could be in any form. The wicked doesn't have to be someone who just look different, practices different than you. That's not the wicked. The wicked is in any form. The wicked is from without God. You know, so that's like the two ways. That's the best way I could come up with. Okay, so it sounds like one recording, but it's been a while. I was called to do certain things, so I'm gonna keep it short. I want to do 3, but I might have to stick with 1 or separate it in another video. So, according to Psalms, the 2 ways, Psalms 1, we're gonna do a reading. That means a card reading, an Oracle deck card reading. And this video is so unorganized, but I'm learning. I'm gonna do better next time. I'm gonna do an Oracle deck reading from Archangel by a deck called Archangel Oracle Cards by Doreen Virtue. And I'm gonna shuffle. Alrighty then. Alright. I like to read 1 or 3 cards. If more than 3 cards come out, and I shuffle that. Alright. And then I'm gonna shuffle that. Hold on. Alrighty then. The angel that would I asked God, I asked Spirit to aid me for Psalm 1, the 2 ways, is Archangel Soundophone. Gentleness. Be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. This speaks to me because it says that I was beating myself up after a certain event today. And I was making myself feel bad. And I already said sorry too many times. But I keep making myself feel guilt. You see, that's one thing that should support the Psalms today, because we're not supposed to feel guilty. Guilty is not of God. Fear is not of God. Hate is not of God. We make mistakes, and we must be not sorrowful, but we must look over what we made a mistake on and move on. You see, we need to be gentle, and I need to be gentle with myself. So this speaks to me that I need to let myself say it's okay. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up. You're fine. You know? That's the message for today. I hope you guys have a good night, good day. Thank you for watching. God bless.